great leader? When you see people following you. You can take all the leadership skills you want, but until there's somebody following you, you're not a leader. Isn't it the truth? This produces leaders, the trust. All right, so the alignment. The next level, the fourth moment of truth. The fourth moment of truth is called self-correction. Thank goodness, because there's times when we're out of alignment. And the important thing... I knew a person who believed as a core principle, honesty was very, very important. Now, honesty was a core for this person. And it stayed the core for this person until April 15th. You see, Gandhi's like this. Gandhi was like this. What he said, what he did, what he thought, all were in alignment. This was true north. His life was a compass. You knew who he was. He stood tall. He stood straight. He was congruent. This person I'm talking about, this person that said honesty, yeah, okay, honesty, I like that honesty. Yeah, I can be honest. Oh, but April 15th showing up. All right, let's see about this. Now, gosh, you know, if I say everything I made, I'm going to have to pay an extra $5,000. And I know that there are some other people out there that are taking this one loophole, and there's so many people doing it, I know I'm not going to get caught. So, I'm just going to fall off track just a little bit. And you know, there's that person in the office that I really feel it would be appropriate for me to let them know that there's a specific behavior that they do that bothers me. As a matter of fact, it's so annoying to me that I'd like to wring their little neck. I don't need to tell them that part. But it really would be a good idea that I would tell them what it was that was bothering me. Except I see them and I tell them how much I enjoy working with them. And then, you know, there's this time where, I went shopping and I know I shouldn't have gone shopping and I'm probably going to, take money out of somebody else's little thing here at home, and I just go back home and just can't imagine where that money went. And I find myself out of alignment. And people who are out of balance are out of alignment. It's when we start putting our thoughts, our words, and our behavior in alignment that we don't have duplicity, we don't have politics, we don't have backstabbing, we don't have to play the CYA game because we're telling the truth. And right now, it's not a popular thing to do. It's still popular to be politically correct. But Gandhi taught us to be truthful. Think about that for yourself. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go ahead and look at moment 3. And moment 3 says, aligning my behavior and actions to my commitments. How congruent am I? Do I say what I think? Do I think about what I say? Do I do what I say? Or do I talk myself into incongruent behavior, then rationalize, justify, or deny my misalignment away? How straight or aligned am I in my thoughts, words, and deeds? Could you just score yourself? You don't have to turn this test into me, by the way. This one's for you, for your purpose. Because as we begin to have this sense of alignment, what you're going to know is that it produces trust. First thing that alignment does in producing trust is that you first will begin to trust yourself. Now, when you truly trust yourself, some people call that intuition. Some people call it integrity. But either way, there is an inner knowing that you are doing what you truly, deeply believe in, and nothing else matters. That's a deep knowing and trust. And when you get to that point, what you're going to notice is that there is not only that alignment creates trust, and it creates trust in self, first in self, then here's the great thing. This is when I know I'm a leader. I look around, you know when you know you're a great leader? When you see people following you. You can take all the leadership skills you want, but until there's somebody following you, you're not a leader. Isn't it the truth? This produces leaders, the trust. All right, so the alignment. The next level, the fourth moment of truth. The fourth moment of truth is called self-correction. Thank goodness, because there's times when we're out of alignment. And the important thing on self-correction is to do it immediately. You may want to have that as a note. Do it immediately. As soon as you know you need to self-correct, as soon as you know you need to make that apology, as soon as you know that you need to forgive and let go. And let go doesn't mean that I let go of what they did to me, but I let go enough to allow my life to move forward. Forgiving back to me, self, and other. Self-correction. There was my next door neighbor flies for Federal Express. We were out in the parking lot one day at my house, and he was talking to me about airplanes. And this might surprise you a little bit. Let's say we're going to get on an airplane at SeaTac, and we're going to fly to New York City. What percentage of the time do you feel that the aircraft is off course from Seattle to New York City? 50%. What else? 90%. 90% is correct. Yeah, how would you like to get on board here the next time the flight attendant says, hey, welcome to Delta Airlines. We're off course 90% of the time, but come on in and strap yourself in. The truth is they're off course 90% of the time. He said this is what happens. The aircraft can go off course, can go off course, can go off course, can go off course. It goes off course, and it can go as far as 30 degrees off course. At the point of going at 30 degrees, it has a radar panel. There's 2 engineers on board that assist the aircraft to immediately get back on course. Wouldn't you like to have a little bell or whistle that would ring inside of you that goes, hey, are you off course? Are you doing someone else's life? Are you doing too much in your life? Get back on your course instead of living someone else's life. He said that when an aircraft gets off course, it can go as far as 45 degrees off course. That's real scary. But when it does, that aircom controller, who happens to be a technical coach from outside of ourselves, that's a person who's called a therapist, a coach, a 12-step mentor, someone like that can come back to you and go, hey, you are off course. You have 15 seconds to get back on course. 15 seconds. That aircraft has 15 seconds to get back on course. How much time do you give yourself? Now, Eric Little, as he was preparing for the race, one of the things that happened to him is that when he was doing his trials, and it was the last of the trials, if you remember the movie, he fell down, somebody tripped him. Do you think he got up and got all upset and yelled at somebody? What did Eric Little do when he fell down? He got back up, and what did he do? He ran his own race. Would you please put that as a note down to yourself? Run your own race. Self-correct and run your own race.